Okay, morning. So I just woke up not so long back, and dreams of momentous dreams while I'm awake as well. Thoughts, when you're daydreaming, thoughts, things that come to you, and I always have a bit of a trauma of whether to share or not. Sometimes it feels like I'm going pretty mental, and sometimes it feels like I've got the secrets to the universe locked in my head. And if you had that, would you share? Cup of tea needed. Hello, son.
Oh. I thought you were talking to Ruben.
No, I was talking to the people.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to pause this and make a cup of tea and come back to it. But I'll leave you with this thought. Come back. The man who did the atomic bomb, the man who did there's a lot of our inventors, creations, things like that lead to destruction or disaster. I don't want my contributions to fall down that line, and the hopes my intentions for giving them are good. But people need to learn how to use information better. So I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I'll be back with you to tell you about stream. Okay, so here we go. Right. When you have a dream and it starts to fade, so usually what I do is make a couple of notes, to remind yourself, like bullet points, things, because as the waking information comes in, other information in your consciousness, anyway, so let me just, so you can see that a bit. I'll do this. This is what I'm trying. My websites. I'm trying to populate with the right information. What is the right information? So, two things. When you do two things, one's enough. One's a bit mind blowing. Your dream. See, because I've done another video which is talking about if you want to work out this universe, right? And I'll just touch on that because I've just gone on A and B. Now the thing is, if you were to ask a mathematician or somebody who's really complicated in that area, right? Tell me about the most. I want to learn equations. Well, you don't want them to write up the most complicated equations that they can think of that explains everything, right? And go, oh, there you go. And you could just sit there looking at it thinking, what is it? It's squiggles, what is it? So you have to learn 1 and 2 and the basics of maths, right? Well, this is like a script, and it's like a quantum. This in a way, because we know these words now, right? We're supposed to work it out at this time, because this is the time that it's supposed to be worked out. It's the given time. It tells you that in loads of scriptures and things like that, and all these are things that have sort of I hadn't even touched on before a couple of years ago. So right, here we go. So quantum, we understand quantum computing because that's been brought into our knowledge through a progression of technology, and this place is the same. Right? evolved along this process. So, dream. Night. Dream was that. Alright? Alright, what's that? That's, what is it? Is it a planet? Is it a plate? What is it? But more, what is it? Think about it as possibly the surface of, let's call it anything. Everything. That is everything, and it is anything. Because in dream, within this circle, there's loads of other circles. Right? Maybe do a bit bigger. How many? So this is obviously not any sort of. But within the circle you get bigger circles, right? Now within them circles, there's more circles. And this is because in quantum mechanics and quantum computing, right, the surface of an area of this circle and what you can fit in it, you can fit more surface area, more workable surface area, and in all of these circles. Right, this, look into quantum computing, circles in circles. You'll get, there's loads of YouTube videos that explain it better than I can. I'm not here to give you all the technical, it's already out there, the technical is, that's why we're at this point, right? I'm here to give you the meaning, right, and the truth and the depth of this. And you can only handle the truth and the meaning and the depth of it if you're ready for that. If you're not, then go on, watch another video of there's some ridiculous videos, isn't it? But yeah. Another thing as well, and A's, B's, every word has meaning, right? And these are all zones, right? And if you think about the universe, this is what I wanted to actually say, get to the point, is that this is the entire universe, let's say, right? So now you think, because we all do this, alright, what's my point, what's my purpose, right? Where do I fit in, what do I do, right? Well, I'll tell you this, I see this as energy production. It's like a light bulb, right? And the filaments, pixels, think about them all like that, right? Because we all get lost in the size sort of scale. Filaments, pixels, or sun. They're all lights. They're all a light or a dark. On and off. It's as simple as that. On, off, switch. So if you can break this down, and I think about everything. Sometimes all at once. It feels. But if we can break it down to your zone, right, which is easy enough to do, then, you know, this is the world, 7 continents, links in, scriptures, all sorts of things. It's continents, and then you break it down into continents into countries, and then you can break the countries down into cities and towns, villages, streets, houses, relationships. Break it right down, right? And I'll tell you what we need to start doing a bit more is bring it back down to the little area that you can control, because we're absolutely flooded with media, bad news, everything. I open my phone and you sort of scroll down and it's, what? So and so's, passed away, knife in, whatever, somebody's been killed in there, this, and it's just think, wow, man, this is severely depressing, and just constantly bad when people moan about stuff. So I'll tell you what, just focus on your part. Everybody sticking the nose into other people's business, right? Nosy, gossips, soaps, tellies, yeah, it's too much. 2,000 channels. How can you watch 2,000 channels? You can't. So, people are getting overloaded and it's too much for them, right? Because unless you've got, and we'll take it back to technological terms, or technology, unless you've got the motherboard or the father, whatever you want to call it, then unless you've got the motherboard for it, the processing speed and the capacity to be able to handle, then all it's going to do is fry your circuitry, right? And you're going to be feeling dazed and confused, and you're going to welcome the mundane sort of basic routine that you're given. So stop thinking about other people, and I don't mean that in an uncaring way. Far from it. What I mean is, leave people to get on with their own thing. You get on with yours. You focus on yours. So you got to figure out dark and light, what's good and bad, because both have a place. Without the shadow, both connected. You gotta have one or the other, and work out what's in your, and stop bothering about somebody else's over here or somebody else's over here, somebody else's over there. Focus on yours, right? And when you get yours powered properly, and your understanding of what's within your control, ping, light bulb on me, right? Because I'm going to go into this. I have a tendency to do this, but I'm going to tell you about the power of one, right? And I'll do it very, very simply. It's something that came to me over a year ago, right? And I've been, trying to share in parts, but struggling. But you're having it now, because I've had a dream, and I've got a cup of tea, and I've got a pen and a board, and that's all I need. So, the power of one, the power of the universe, right, it's pretty simple, because if you're going to think that there's a God or an observer, somebody who's managing this, writing this, doing this, whatever, you think they must be pretty efficient, really, and be pretty good at it, and have a reason for it. There's got to be a reason for it. There's always a reason. Right, so let's do it as simple as this. You, man, woman, child, whoever you are. Nice. Right? Now I'll tell you what, your aim, right, is to run. You can think about the light, right, that we're producing, whether it be on the pixel so that we can clearly see the screen, right, or whether it be the filament in the light bulb so we can shine, right, whether it be, there's lots of other examples. Your aim is to be 100% fully powered, fully rocking, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Your aim is to be 100%, no more, no less, full, right? Now what happens is, right, things happen. Either somebody else takes from you or you give. Now you can do that, but you've got to be aware. See, this is the thing, we're pulled in so many different directions, right, within the place that we exist, that we don't tend to focus on ourselves properly, because we have distractions, responsibilities. So break the word down if you want, but it's the ties that bind. So you have to take that time. You have to, right? This is why when it doesn't tend to hit you until you're well depressed, right? And as I've said a couple of times, and I've seen it on the video, Jim Carrey, who said that one, or somebody else. It says your body knows, and your body does know. Your body's got everything it needs, right? But the reason you end up being depressed is because your body knows that you need deep rest, right? It's just like a button as well. It's being depressed. When it's being depressed, right, it's being turned off, right? Think about that. Buttons, light switches, everything. The process when you sit back and you see it all and you think, yeah, because you can't unsee it. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So depressed is because you need to switch off a little bit to recharge your own batteries. That's why we have these sayings, right? There's clues in everyday environment that you have to lose all of the things that have been piled on you as you've grown or got older or spent more days here, and you have to just go back to your just seeing the outside of yourself in wonder and in connection with everything that's inside yourself, and this is what's said with you have to become like a child, right? It means go back to your imagination. Right? Your imagination is what you used to live in when you were a child, right? And I can go into what the imagination is, but that's another big story, but explainable. This is the thing, see, all of these things are explainable, right? And this is why they'll struggle to put me in a nut house if they try, because I can explain it. Give me a pen, give me a board, give me somebody who actually wants to find some answers, and you can explain it all. So the power of one. So you don't want to be any more. If you're more than 100%, pretty greedy. Right? If you get to 100%, which is your fullness, right, then everything that you get over 100% you give to other people. Whether it be physical help, whether it be mental understanding or emotional understanding, spiritual growth, right? This is where we support other people, right? Because if we're supporting them, they're not 100%. Our aim is to get them to 100%. Once we are, nice, right? Yeah, we might dip for whatever reason, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, feel a bit wiped out or whatever, then you take some rest and you let other people who've got their 100%, and let them support you, because you'll get back to 100% quicker. If you can keep it in every day, ask yourself, am I at 100%? Whatever that is to you, because it is relative to you, in your universe, in the place that you exist, because we have this as a sharing platform, right? Ask yourself and answer for yourself honestly, are you at 100%? If the answer is no, write down what it's going to take for you to get to 100%, and keep that until you're at 100%, until you feel you're absolutely on it, right? And then go and help somebody else. Offer some advice. People want to take it, take it. If they don't, it's fine. It's not a problem. Stop getting your backs up over somebody else seeing something slightly different than you, right? It's okay, they're all different points of view. Somebody's going to tell me, do you talk a load of rubbish? Right, and I'll say, it's your opinion, isn't it? You know, it's what you think. You live in your universe, I live in mine. You know, mine's a peaceful universe. Mine is a peaceful universe where people understand each other a bit more. Okay. So you already see, you already understand now. I've had to explain very little, and you already understand the power of one. You already understand how the universe is powered, right? Because if you're at 100%, you help other people. If you're not, you look after yourself. And if somebody else is not happy that you're looking after yourself and you're not giving more to them, well, leave them to it. That's their tough luck. You know, they could be on like 120% and still be taking from you. And we know them people, don't we? Right? You'll be on 50% and there's always somebody who wants to take more from you. Right? Because the place is made up of lots and lots of different sorts of people. And we know a lot of them. You get them people who are on 20% and they still give. Because they're givers. Part of them's givers, part of them don't know any different because it's what they've done, right? Throughout their experience here. And they just keep giving because it feels nice to give. Well, if it feels nice to give Mr. 20% or Miss 20% or whatever in between her, then get yourself up to 100%. Because imagine how nice it's going to feel when you're at full capacity of being able to give powerfully from the universe, because we all share. So when you're 100%, your light's on, right? Like that. I didn't even plan that. You are a candle in the dark. Be a candle. 100%. And then help other people, right? Do not allow people to keep taking from you if you don't have it within you to give. Just going to have to either get it themselves or find it somewhere else, right? And think about them too. So I know I've gone on a little bit. I do that. Accept it. I have. Finally. So we've got the zones. Something else, right? You eat it. You see that? See that? Okay. I'm enjoying sharing, so I'm playing out loud now. But I'm going to leave you with that. Please think about your zone, right? Bring it down. Don't get overloaded so much by the input or the output to your input of other things. Right? What's in your zone? Right? Open your window, open your door. The people that are close to you, fuel that, because you make that shine bright, and if everybody does that, then all of the areas are going to shine bright, right? All around the 7 continents, and then the energy of the earth, the heart, and it's the heart of the solar system, which is the soul system. Quick Google search for you, right? Didn't I do that before? How many people have ever lived on Earth? Google it. Google how many stars are in the solar system. Or is it solar system? So it's about the same. The star for every person who's ever lived. Oh yeah, connection. Yes, so make your little area shine bright, and it will then power the place, which then has, because the heart is such a, the earth is such a powerful place, what happens here has a massive effect in other places, in other solar systems, energies. You can go into, it has a knock-on effect, doesn't it? You know, what you do in a particular thing has a knock-on effect, right? A reaction, causality, all of these things. Right. I enjoyed that. Thanks for watching or listening to me. I've got a few videos on. One of them's been on for 3 months, and it's got something like 3 views. So hello to the one person who might watch this. But I enjoyed making it, right? And I enjoyed sharing. Because it's been a while coming as this. Journey, rock on, there's more, there's loads more, absolutely loads more. Try and get it in little chunks, but it feels a little bit slow. So I'm gonna ride this roller coaster, and anybody who can hang on tight enough, right, is welcome to come and ride with me. Alright, have a great day, whenever you see this, next month. See you later.